My name is Brendan Murphy. I'm from the Barry Plant Group, and it gives me a great pleasure to be auctioneer here today. Also able to assist me from that very same office, we've got Jade, Jimmy, Braden, Daniel, Janelle, Joe. They're all in the crowd to assist you with your bidding here today. And the process that we're going to follow is rather quite simple. Firstly, we'll review the contracts. We'll talk about what makes this home so special. I'll call for your questions, after which comes the exciting part, buyers, where I pass it over to you for very spirited and competitive bidding. Now, the contracts have been on display for the last half an hour or so. There's nothing untoward in there. However, there are a few details of which you, the prudent buyers, should be aware of. Now, the property, it's legally described in the certificate of title as volume number 08625 and folio number 969. It's the land together with all the improvements, more commonly known to you, I, and our good friends at Australia Post, as number 12 Hertford Court in Wantirna South. The channels that our vendors will be passing with the property today are all fixtures and fittings, fixed floor coverings, drapes and electric light fittings of a permanent nature as inspected. The terms, ladies and gentlemen, they're quite simple. We're calling for a deposit equal to 10% of the purchase price, and the balance, well, that can come between 60 to 120 days. So if you do have a specific date that falls within that time frame, please, at the time of signing the contracts, make that date aware to myself or to Jimmy, and we'll ensure that the settlement date suits you best. I would also like to point out as well, if you had made prior arrangements with myself or one of my team members here today, upon our vendors' permission, they will always grant those today also. Now, we're offering the property today for sale by public auction and subject to the vendor's reserve price. The highest bidder whose bid is accepted by the vendor shall be the buyer. If any dispute arises concerning the bidding, we'll either do one of two things. One, will decide the dispute, or two, will just simply resubmit it at the last undisputed bid. Now, the vendor, they have the right to refuse any bid or to withdraw the property from sale before it has been knocked down without declaring the reserve price. And should the bidding not meet the reserve price today, ladies and gentlemen, the buyer that holds the highest bid, well, they'll have that first exclusive right to come inside and negotiate a possible sale with our vendor here today. Also forming part of the contract of sale is the vendor's statement, otherwise known as the Section 32. It outlines that all services are available and connected or available for your connection. It shows your outgoings are made up of Knox City Council rates and South East Water. These do not exceed $2,769 per annum, and of course water by consumption is on top of that again. Well, we all know how hard it is to find a parcel of land, ladies and gentlemen, and I can assure you, right in the heart of Knox's premier postcode 3152, it doesn't get any better than what we've got on offer here today. Number 12 Hertford Court, Wantirna South, has a super-sized block of 1,475 square metres in total. The zoning is general residential zoning, ladies and gentlemen, Schedule 2. We'd like to point out that we do have an easement on the eastern boundary, which is the boundary at the rear of the block itself, and the title, well, that is clear of any restrictive covenants. Let me just remind you again, ladies and gentlemen, 1,475 square metres of land, right in the heart of Wantirna South. Most blocks in the area fit somewhere between 600 to 700, so just think of the options that you can have here to live in, invest, or do something with the future here today. Now, by law, I must advise you that today's auction will be conducted in accordance with any rules or any additional conditions that were made available for inspection prior to the start of the auction. The vendors have a reserve price. As your auctioneer, I'll indicate bidders upon request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders, and prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and they do provide fines for this conduct. The rules permit vendor bids, ladies and gentlemen. The words I'll use during the auction today to make a bid on behalf of the vendor are vendor bid, and by law only I, as the auctioneer, can make a vendor bid. In essence, that is the contract. It's a cash contract. We're calling for a deposit equal to 10%, the balance between 60 to 120 days. I'm certainly keen to get proceedings underway, but before we do you have any questions about the documentation or the property at hand? No questions today, fantastic. I shouldn't have thought so. I know the entire team at Barry Plant Wantirna, they've done an amazing job over the past 4 weeks Ladies and gentlemen, it comes as no surprise to me today to see the street, the court, the front yard filled with so many of you that we've met during the campaign, as you've all had positive comments to say about this iconic family home that sits behind me. Lovingly maintained and offering a lifestyle envied by most. This amazing home is packed with features and is sure to get your tongues wagging. Inside you'll find the flowing floor plan boasts 6 generous bedrooms. The master comes complete with walk-in robe and full ensuite. Friends and family will enjoy some fine dining in the formal living zones, while yet the kids, they can bounce about in the rumpus room or the billiards room at the rear. Yet as a family, you can be brought together midweek by that gorgeous timber kitchen, providing direct access to the alfresco area, perfect for entertaining family and friends, looking over the crystal clear in-ground pool. Some of the features included, we've got gas ducted heating, there's internal access from the large lock-up garage, sparkling main bathroom, ornate roses, decorative cornices, high ceilings, ample mezzanine storage, his and her vanities in the master suite, and so much more. But we're conveniently located, ladies and gentlemen, and the location is second to none. To local primary and secondary schools, including Templeton Primary, St Andrews Christian College, we've got the prestigious Knox School up on Burwood Highway, or for the older ones, Swinburne TAFE, they're all within close proximity. But if it's entertainment you're looking for, we're going to find plenty of that at Westfield Knox, which is only a short stroll from here, where everybody loves to do a little bit of retail therapy. However, if you do work in the city or feel like taking the family down the peninsula for the weekend, travel time, well, that's been cut short with the great access to the Eastlink Freeway, which all opened up in June 2007. So no doubt you've all come here today with a figure in mind, you're prepared to pay. Interest rates, they still remain at incredibly low levels, ladies and gentlemen. So if I could just leave you with one bit of advice today, don't be that buyer that drives past next week and sees a sold sticker on our board. Go that extra 5, go that extra 10% today, ladies and gentlemen, because this is simply one of the best homes on the market. And I can assure you, whoever does secure this property here today, they're not going to let it change hands for the next 20, 25, maybe even 30 years. So be confident, be brave. Where do we see a start today, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to pass it over to you now. A fair and reasonable start at number 12 Hertford Court in Wantirna South.
600.
Beg your pardon, sir?
600.
600.
Get started.
Oh.
1 million.
1 million, there we go. There's a more reasonable starting bid. Welcome to you, sir. At $1 million now, ladies and gentlemen, fairly bid and offered. Invite you back for 1.1 if you like, sir. Surely you just haven't come here today for the cheeky little 600 bid.
Never know.
You're smiling, I'm smiling. He's smiling at the back because at the moment he's in a better position. At $1 million, ladies and gentlemen, where do we go from here? Searching for a rise. I'm in your hands. 1.1, can I say? Don't be afraid. He's only trying to buy your house. 6 bedrooms on offer here today, ladies and gentlemen. 3 bathrooms. Plenty of space, 1,475 square metres of land. 1.1 at $1.1 million now. I'll take a rise of 100, 1.2 if you will. At $1.1 million now, fairly bid and offered. Left-hand side, take a second bid of 1.2 if you will. At $1.1 million now, ladies and gentlemen. Where do we go? What do we do? Might be a lucky day, ma'am. You could be here to want to buy real estate. Best of luck with your bidding. At $1.1 million. I'll take a further advance wherever you like at this stage. At 1.1, sir, it's against you and you at the back. 1,150,000 if it's easier for you, sir. I'm not liking this body language at the sea. Loosen up a little. At $1.1 million, ladies and gentlemen, where do we go? Any further advance from there? Should have a sea of hands out there at this stage. First call at 1.1 million. Second call at 1.1 million. The third and final time at 1.1 million now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to move the auction along on behalf of the vendor. We'll place a bid at 1.15. Ma'am, invite you back for 1.2 if you like. Bids with me at 1.15 million now. 1.2 can I say? At 1.15 million now. Last block of land we sold in the area, ladies and gentlemen, with a house. Only 1/10 of the size of what we've got on offer here today. So for well over 800,000. Only 680 square metres. You couldn't even buy the land here today for 1.15. Where do we see a rise, ladies and gentlemen? At 1.15. I'll take a rise anywhere at all. First call at 1.15 million. Second call at 1.15. Bam, 1.2. Got to keep control of the bidding. Just explain to everybody what happens if we do happen to pass the home in here today, ladies and gentlemen. The buyer that holds the highest bid, they'll get the first exclusive right to come inside, negotiate with their vendors. If you'd like that opportunity, you must hold the bid. We're at 1.2 here. 1.2 at 1.2 million now. Good strong bidding there. At 1.2 million, no value. At 1.2 million, ladies and gentlemen, where do we go from here? Take a further increment at your will. At 1.2 million, here's your competition. At $1.2 million, ladies and gentlemen, call it 1.25, can I say? At $1,200,000. First call at 1,200,000. Seems to be a lot of talking out there in the crowd. Not sure what to do. I can assure you, ladies and gentlemen, this is the best way to buy real estate, right in front of your competition, transparent. We happen to take this buyer inside. I've got no doubt we're getting a sold sticker on the board here today. At 1.2 million. First call, second call, third and final time. Are we done? Finished? Sir, I'll let you know when we are. You're going to have to start bidding. 1.25, can I say? First call, second call, third and final time. Just bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. Seek instructions from our vendors. We'll come back to you very, very quickly. Ladies and gentlemen, we do appreciate your patience, as you can understand, being a large family home, shared with many, many memories. They do have a reserve price in mind. I can assure you at the moment, at the current bid at 1.2 million, we're not there yet. So if you are here to buy today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you one last opportunity. It's a game of participation, not just staring and looking at me. So the bid's at 1.25. I'll call for a rise of 50,000 if you will. 1.2 million, looking for a rise of 50. We're not there yet, sir. I'll let you know when we are. More participation would be ideal. At $1.2 million now, ladies and gentlemen, searching for an advance if you will. At 1.2, I'll take a rise of 50, can I say? 1,250, welcome to you, madam. Best of luck with you today. At $1,250,000 now, new interest. At 1.25, it's against you, madam. Bids on the right-hand side. Take me up to 1.3 if you will. At $1.25 million now, great value at that level. 1.3, can I say? At 1.25, 1.3.
Yeah, 1.3.
1.3, up 1.3 million now. Make it 1.35 if you like. At $1,300,000. It's against you now, Meredith. At $1,300,000. You're walking away. At $1,300,000, ladies and gentlemen. Where do we go? Competition's running away scared. It's okay. Still plenty of interest here. $1,300,000. Take a rise of 50 if you will. At $1.3 million now. First call at 1.3. Second call at 1.3. For the third and final time. Are we done? Finished? Silence? Sir, you still with me? You're not? I appreciate your first bid. Got me underway. But ladies and gentlemen, at 1.3 million, if there's no further bidding from this point in time, I'm going to take this couple inside. I've got no doubt we're going to get a deal done today. At 1.3 million down, I invite new interest if you will. I'm going to pass it in if there's no further participation. I understand it's a big decision. I'll take a 20 in the moment, 1.32. Welcome to you, sir. Best of luck today. At 1.32 now, make it 1.35 if you will. At 1.32 million. 1.35 can I say? At $1,320,000. 30 in the rise will get you back in. 1.35. Just remember what's on offer here.
Yeah, 20 as well.
1.340 at 1.34, 60 if you like, Jimmy. At 1.34 now, make it 1.36. 1,340,000. Get you back in the box seat at 1.36 million. At 1,340,000, it's against you, sir. First call at 1,340,000. Second call at 1,340,000. Sir, this is the way to buy real estate. I didn't like that way. Let's just remind everybody what's on offer here today, ladies and gentlemen. 6 bedrooms, another 20 at 1.36, up 1,360,000. Make it 1.4 if you like. At $1,360,000 now. It's against you, madam. Bids here, right hand side. 1.4 can I say? at 1.36 now. Round up to 1.4.
Okay. Yeah. Another 20. 1.38. Yeah.
1.380. Let's go 1.4 now. At 1.38. 1.4 now, madam. On the nod. 1.4. Maybe 2 million, knock him out. 1.4 now. At $1.4 million now. 1.42 if you like. At 1.4. 1.42 can I say? 1,400,000. It's against you, ma'am. 1,475 square metres of land. First call at 1.4 million. Second call at 1.4. Are you sure? 1.45. 1.48. Sounds better. Don't let him steal it from you now. You've been with me right from the start. I've got a soft spot for the buyer that generally opens up the bidding. The cheeky bid of 600. At 1.4 million, still with me, sir. I haven't forgotten about you. First call at 1.4 million. Second call at 1.4. Third and final time at 1.4 million. Ladies and gentlemen, just bear with you. I'm just going to seek instructions for the second time. I'll come back to you very, very quickly. Ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate your patience. Confirm the bid at 1.4 million. At this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, we do wish to sell the home today. However, if there's no further participation, I'm going to ask this family to come inside and continue the negotiation on a private basis. I'm going to pass it over to you, ladies and gentlemen. If we see any further improvement from 1.4 million, I'll take a rise of 50 if you will. At $1.4 million now. Or I'll call it 3 times. First call at 1.4. Second call at 1.4. For the third and final time. Madam, need to know. Just think of the lifestyle. Ladies and gentlemen, we do appreciate your attendance here today. At this point in time, I'm going to ask this family to come inside with me. We're going to continue the negotiation on a private basis. I'll formally pass the property into them. I wish you the very best of luck for the weekend, and I've got no doubt we'll get a sold sticker on the board very, very shortly. Thank you.